it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're zooming in on the topic of psychopathic love bombing. I've had an incidence in increase of inquiries from individuals who have been targeted by psychopathic individuals, psychopathic lovers, romantic partners, and also several people who have these individuals as parents. And I want to go into a little bit in depth in terms of the love bombing and a little bit of help you to understand their personality dynamic and why it feels so traumatic and painful the way that it does, as really distinguished from your typical sort of individual. These are not your usual everyday charming people who you might have an affinity for, a love for, an infatuation. These individuals have really specific brain chemistry, brain wiring, and personality traits that will make them very, very destructive, very toxic. And I want to help you to understand really how this, why this is, how this occurred, and furthermore, how to move to the other side of this sort of traumatic and feeling of despair, perhaps even agitation, shock, post-traumatic stress syndrome, complex PTSD, really the sort of neurological overwhelm that occurs as a result of encountering these types of people. And Thomas Sheridan has a wonderful book. It's called Puzzling People, The Labyrinth of the Psychopath. And he has a great introduction to his book, which I really enjoy. And it begins when the demon knocks at your door. A psychopath coming into your life will at first seem like the beginning of an eternal springtime. They will be everything you want them to be and more. They will be matters not what role they choose to become in your life, lover, politician, business partner, family member, co-worker, or good Samaritan. However, their ultimate agenda is always the same: to make you declare war upon yourself, on your mind, on your soul, on the very person that you were meant to be. You will be divided in order to be conquered. So this is just a little bit of introduction into really the distressful type of relationship dynamic that this can be. And a lot of people inquire about my history, my story, and I'll just this is a focus upon you, but just let me advise you that I've had experiences with these types of individuals. I have had extensive personal experience, study, and discussing these sort of ramifications with these individuals. So I do understand firsthand the sort of torture that can really ensue with dealing with these types of people. The gaslighting, everything like that. It's even beyond words. I think the sort of the upset that can occur. It's beyond words. Just there's a fear, a terror, a confusion, a paranoia. It's a whole different level of really sort of uncomfortability. Very traumatic, very painful. So I do understand this, and I do want to help others. I have been through that experience, and I've come to the other side, and I was able to do it through, many of the tools that I have described here. Hitherto, I want to help you understand the psychopathic personality, and really, I think what's going on in the mind. And it's very much felt that the psychopathic individual, they have a great degree of impulsivity. They have a very difficult time with impulse control. They have a very difficult time with, boredom. So they have a high propensity to become bored. So they will move through relationships very quickly. They will not finish tasks if they get bored with them. They have just a very high mood lability as well, emotional reactivity, which creates it's a very superficial emotional state with which they carry on through their everyday life, and they really have one goal in mind, and that is to as Thomas Sheridan says, and that is to control and destroy. And people say, I don't feel it was deliberate. How can this be deliberate? This is so cruel. Trust me when I discuss the convoluted enigma that is a psychopathic individual, and that it very much is a deliberate, calculated injury to yourself, your reputation, your livelihood, your happiness, your look at reality, your perspective, and it's very much how they operate. And a psychopathic individual would tell you that, and I would not recommend, asking that of somebody, but I just want you to understand that that is very much their objective is to destroy people. And so they do this through really the manipulation tactic, the neuro-linguistic programming that comes with sort of this distorted reality, sexualizing of everything, and really flipping around meanings in your mind. And along with hypersexualization, which means sexualizing everything, violating of your boundaries, asking you to perform and participate in sexual acts, which are out of societal norms, breaking the law, sex in public places, sex in the office, sexual acts in restaurants, with other people, just statements that will be very inappropriately meant to sexually arouse you at very inappropriate times. So they do this as a constant sort of agitation in your mind, and your body is not meant to be sexually aroused 24/7. Because of the propensity towards boredom and hypersexuality that the psychopathic individual engages in their everyday lifestyle, they tend to project this experience onto others. And really, I think in the beginning, it seems, as Thomas Sheridan says, the eternal spring. You feel like you've just met this person who's so different, wonderful, someone who is just the light of your life, and everything is just so smooth sailing. But that is how a psychopathic individual grooms their prey, if they will. They are described by Dr. Robert Hare, in his checklist through a number of different traits. And they're really felt and described, which I feel is very accurate in the field of psychology and in my studies at university as well as beyond, is that they are interspecies predators. So interspecies predators means that they prey upon people. So just like a lion preys on a gazelle, just like an eagle preys on a mouse or a groundhog for their nutrients, the psychopathic individual will prey upon others for their soul satisfaction, for their financial satisfaction. Very parasitic in nature. They will really kind of go after your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit, your really everything. And they will leave a wake of destruction in their path. And I don't say this lightly. I say this very seriously. So please be aware that if you have felt this feeling that you have encountered an individual who just seems automatically, very quickly, like there's just something about them that you just want to be around. You can't quite put your finger on it, yet you feel kind of a fear, a thrill, but a concern at the same time. It's this dangerous mix of chemical contradictory chemicals, which can become very, very, I would say it's alarming, but it creates an addiction in the mind, and the addiction becomes really only satisfied by them, and which is resulting in your self-destruction. And so I will go more into detail in this in other videos, but I want those people, just because of the increase of incidents of people who have contacted me looking for support and working through this, I want to let you know that I do understand the personal dynamics, and having grown up in an affluent area, my studies in university of this type of person and beyond, I do understand the good, bad, and the ugly. And if you're struggling with these sort of relationships, please feel free to contact me at peaceandharmonynow@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to consult with you on your specific situation and help you to work through to furthermore understand what you're dealing with and how to move beyond the physical traumatic experience of distraction, post-traumatic stress disorder, agitation, fear, anxiety, depression, and that crippling sort of confusion that results after have been perhaps discarded or used and manipulated by this type of individual. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope this video does help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.